Chair Jamie Levitt, members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests, distinguished faculty, officers, family, and friends, on the occasion of the 165th commencement of the Cooper Union for the Advancement of Science and Art, it is my honor and privilege as president to welcome you to this historic Great Hall and to present the members of the class of 2025. Please rise and join me in applauding. Please rise and join me in applauding this graduating class for their exceptional work and accomplishments during their time at Cooper Union. Please remain standing to sing the national anthem with accompaniment by Camille Rotenberg, a senior in the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering. Thank you. Please be seated. Jamie Levitt, Chair of the Board of Trustees, will offer a greeting.
Thank you, Malcolm, and congratulations to the amazing class of 2025. And a very warm welcome from all of us to your family and friends who are sharing this day with you. I am very pleased that Ross Wisniewski will deliver today's invocation. Miss Wisniewski is a longtime supporter of Cooper Union, together with her husband and business partner, engineering alumnus George Reeves. So please stand and join me in welcoming Miss Wisniewski.
Thank you. Please be seated. I have to share with you what a wonderful honor it is to be here and to tell you how incredibly proud my husband George Reeves and I are of you, how proud we are of the leaders here at Cooper, how proud we are of the institution. I find myself asking throughout my 74 years, why am I here? Sometimes I have an answer to that, and sometimes I don't. But I want to share a little about why I think I'm here today. It's a question that my faith actually helps me answer. I'm a person who's more comfortable imagining the world with someone, some power much, much greater than I. Having faith in that allows me to have more faith in myself and more faith in others. It makes me feel more grounded. By doing this question of my purpose, my reason for being here, I often find myself in the presence of amazing people like you. You who are doing truly incredible things in a world that I think is crying for your gifts. I'm a person inclined by nature to faith. But usually, a person standing here would be a faith leader, someone, perhaps an imam, a rabbi, a priest, someone schooled, dedicated to a life of their faith. I'm a faith follower, a faith seeker, a faith questioner. The thing to me about having faith in something so much larger than myself is that I find I can have faith in others more easily than I did without being so diligent about my greater faith practice. And it's in no small part the reason why I am standing here. It is our faith in you, in what Cooper is doing, in the intentionality of your leaders to move forward. So I am very, very grateful and honored to be here. At heart, I think faith helps you aspire to be the person you can be. I think it helps you lift others up to be the people they can be. It allows us to improve the world as we move through it. So in that vein, I'd like to offer my prayer for you. Perhaps prayer is not a vocabulary you're comfortable with. If so, this is my dream for you, my hope for you. I address my prayer to God. Not all are comfortable with that concept, and that's okay too. Find where your faith is. But here is my prayer for you. Oh God, you imagined us out of nothingness. You created us from that imagination, and you breathed life into your creation. And then you looked at it and said, "This is good." I pray that the care of God's creation may be carried out by those of us here today. May we all be blessed with our legacy of imagination, of creativity, with inspiration in our lives and in our works. May we have the gift of using those blessings towards the betterment not just of ourselves, but of those around us, particularly those in the greatest need. And in your time, may you have the gift of looking at your life's work and of seeing the goodness in that life that we have been so richly and wondrously given. Thank you.
Good morning. Today, we have the pleasure of celebrating an extraordinary group of soon-to-be Cooper graduates. Graduates, today is a time to reflect on the events that led to this moment, from receiving your acceptance letter to your first days on campus, through all the time spent studying, working, and creating, to your final project or exam. You've earned this achievement through your own efforts and determination, but we should take a moment to acknowledge all of those who provided critical support along the way. To the families and friends of the graduates, some of you provided the nurturing and inspiration that helped your loved ones to be among those accepted to the Cooper Union. Some of you, including fellow classmates, may have provided the encouragement needed to actually make it through Cooper Union. However you've contributed, we acknowledge you and we're grateful. Thank you. It is also essential to recognize the individuals who make this Cooper experience possible. This includes our admissions team that saw the fit between each of our future graduates and Cooper Union, our faculty who challenged and supported students, our lab and shop technicians, our librarians, our student affairs team, our buildings and ground staff, our security team, and our various administrative staff who all work on behalf of the students. Please join me in a show of appreciation for everything they've done on behalf of this graduating class. I'm sure this is an exciting day for each of you here. I'll share that I'm also excited, and I've been looking forward to this day. As interim president, this will be my only opportunity to offer a graduating class unsolicited advice in the time-honored tradition of commencement speeches. Now, if you ask alumni or the students that I've spoken with on campus this year, I have a lot to share. But I haven't had a captive audience this large yet. I assure you I will not abuse that privilege today. But I'll start with an observation to put this day in better context. Cooper Union is truly a special institution that cultivates outstanding students and develops them into extraordinary alumni. It's reasonable to question my objectivity given my long personal history with the institution, but I assure you that I'm being sincere and my statement is well considered. A year ago, I may not have made such a bold claim publicly, even if I believed it privately. However, being on campus this year and seeing all of the hard work and talent, as well as hearing all the enthusiastic praise for Cooper and its students from so many non-alumni, made me a bit more comfortable that a personal connection isn't the only reason to be so fond of this institution. Hearing from staff and faculty who've worked and taught at other colleges, as well as from other non-alumni, it's clear that there's a consensus view that Cooper Union and its students are special. Our distinctiveness starts with you, graduates. We're very selective, so the admissions process naturally identifies students who stand apart from their peers as truly exceptional individuals. But beyond being admitted, each of you chose to attend. There is something about Cooper that attracts people with certain perspectives and characteristics. I can't quite define it, but this element of self-selection reinforces the uniqueness of our community. Then, it's the experience that students have during their years here that truly sets them apart. It is well known that one of the distinguishing features of Cooper Union is that it is hard, very hard. In all three schools, we have an extremely challenging curriculum, a tremendous course load, and very high standards to meet. You all knew what you signed up for, and you embraced it. I've also observed that some of those high standards are often self-imposed by students. In each of the schools, I've seen students take on additional challenges to pursue a deeper understanding and competence in their practices. You custom build components that could have been purchased. You create work manually that could have been automated. You add nuance that would be overlooked by many. And you attempt bold and risky creative works. You are not simply here to get through the curriculum, but rather to take full advantage of this learning environment. So after entering the institution with abilities and accomplishments already above the norm, then being challenged to improve and build upon them, Cooper graduates enter the world with advanced capabilities in their practice areas, a deep conceptual understanding of their disciplines, extremely high expectations of themselves, and a tremendous amount of resilience. So with that, I think I've made a very strong case for declaring that you are truly a very special set of graduates. I hope that you're all convinced. Now, I'll offer some thoughts on what you can expect as a Cooper graduate, along with a little bit of the promised unsolicited advice. Since you are special, you will stand out. I've spoken with generations of alums who had their expectations set based on their Cooper peers. But they found out that when they entered the work world, they consistently spent more time in the studio or office than their peers. The quality of work produced by many of their colleagues was not something they would have ever accepted from themselves. And the inclination to question the status quo was very rare. When you inevitably find yourself in an environment that doesn't align with your expectations as Cooper alumni, I know you won't be likely to conform just to fit in, but there is a very good chance that you will be frustrated and unhappy with the situation. But I encourage you to move past those negative feelings and consider to how you can contribute to improving the things around you. Display your enthusiasm and inspire your colleagues to care a bit more and push themselves harder. Even if you're among the youngest of your peers, you'll still be able to influence others to achieve a higher standard if you approach the situation thoughtfully. And you will find that immensely fulfilling. I would also advise you to be careful in your assessment of yourselves and your judgment of others. Yes, I just spent a few minutes convincing you that you're all fantastic, and now I want to remind you to stay humble and grounded and also to be open-minded. The fact that you'll be outstanding in your chosen pursuits will not mean that you are perfect and you have nothing to learn from others. you will always have something to learn. And the fact that a colleague may not meet the expectations you have will not mean that they actually have nothing to offer. You may have to be intentional about it, but if you can discover the contribution of each of your colleagues and the people around you, regardless of their level of knowledge or skill, everyone will benefit. You've all taken on and successfully resolved immense challenges in analysis, design, and creative expression. When you apply the same level of determination and the same degree of thoughtfulness to making the environment that you're a part of better, you will have tremendous impact. Fulfilling these roles in your workplace and in society will solidify you as the embodiment of Peter Cooper's vision. Yes, the founder emphasized practical knowledge and cultivated professional fields of study, but his objectives were ultimately humanistic. The intent was to enable the graduates, you, to succeed for themselves and then ultimately apply what they learned to improve the environments around them. Leadership and impact take many forms, so I encourage you to embrace the charge to make this complex and rapidly evolving world better in whatever way is appropriate for you and your circumstances. Finally, I encourage you to stay connected. Today, you'll join a global network of Cooper alumni with members spanning from New York to Hong Kong, and you should absolutely remain a part of it. You'll find it reassuring and grounding when you have the opportunity to engage with alumni who have had or who are having similar experiences to your own. I've observed over the decades that I always find points of connection, even if alums are from different years or different schools. We actually do have a lot of engaged alumni for a college without any Division I sports teams. And those alumni are very important to the institution. There's a good chance that most of you have had multiple classes with professors who are Cooper alumni. Some of you attended talks by alumni who've come back to Cooper to share insight from their careers. And some of you may have benefited from an introduction or an opportunity facilitated by a Cooper alum. And of course, alumni gifts have had a major impact on the opportunities that we're able to offer students, including your tuition-free senior year. As alumni, you should also stay involved with the students who will follow your path. You'll have an incredible amount to offer. You'll be able to relate to the experiences that they're having in school, assure them that they can actually persevere and get through it, and explain how what they're going through at Cooper will prepare them for their lives after graduating. You'll inspire them and give them ideas about what paths they may want to pursue. And you may be able to give them a bit of an edge with an introduction or opportunity that makes a difference in their future careers. If you're lucky, you may have the opportunity to hire or collaborate with them in the future. Cooper alumni really do love to work with other Cooper alumni. I personally have had that opportunity myself a few times. Graduates, the potential that you brought to Cooper and the experiences you had during your time here ensure that you will stand out in whatever you pursue next. I urge you to remember that you will have the most significant impact if, in addition to excelling in your field, you remain open-minded and can encourage and inspire others. And although today marks the end of your time as a student, I ask that you don't wander too far from the Cooper community. To the class of 2025, I commend you on your achievements. I welcome you into the community of alumni, and I look forward to seeing how each of you fulfills the vision of Peter Cooper in your own way. You've done the work, and you are more than ready to take your place in Cooper Union's legacy. Congratulations. Thank you. I will now welcome Nada Ayad, Acting Dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Michelle Marsh, Chief of Staff and Secretary to the Board of Trustees, to present Student Awards.
Good morning. Each year, the faculty and deans recognize some of the extraordinary achievements of our graduates in each of the 3 professional schools with awards made possible by generous alumni and friends. On behalf of my colleagues, it is my pleasure to thank these benefactors for recognizing the tremendous potential of our students by creating the student prizes and awards listed in the program. The first award is the Irma Justino Wise Prize for Exceptional Creative Potential in Architecture or Art, which goes to Joseph Gabriel Hedaya, Cassidy Blue Miller, and Jasper Starr Townsend, all in the Irwin S. Janin School of Architecture. Please come forward. The Jacques and Natasha Gelman Foundation Award in Art goes to Anissa Razak of the School of Art. The Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award of Excellence in Architecture goes to Leslie Fayrouz, Ingrid Abadniegu, Metzli Castro Asmussen, and Gabriel Riley Howard, and Julian Yang of the Irwin S. Janin School of Architecture. The David and Tony Yarnell Merit Award of Excellence in Art goes to Camille Sarah Levy of the School of Art. The Snarchitecture Commencement Prize goes to Shamadi Alarkan of the School of Art. And the Harold S. Goldberg Prize for Academic Achievement and Leadership in Engineering goes to Andrew Kim of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering.
To select the student who will speak on behalf of the graduating class at commencement, the Office of Student Affairs sponsors a senior speech competition judged by a jury of invited faculty, students, and administrators. I'm pleased to welcome Zarina Al-Shahab of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering to deliver this year's address. Assembled guest, the 2025 senior class speaker, Zarina Al-Shahab.
Oh my God. Hi. Good morning, esteemed faculty, proud families, friends, and most importantly, class of 2025. What's up? So we did it, and it feels so surreal to finally be standing in this moment. You know, a few months ago, I was on the phone with my mom, and I was in another crisis, and I told her, I am so tired of living through unprecedented times. And I really meant it. From a global pandemic that reshaped our lives, socio-political upheavals that have tested our democracy, to witnessing atrocities in the Levant unfold before our eyes and on our phone screens. Our generation has spent years, if not our entire lives, navigating uncertainty. But as I sat there a few months ago writing this speech, reflecting on my time with all of you, I realized something. Unprecedented isn't just a word to describe the world we've inherited. It is a word that describes us. Class of 2025 is kind of unprecedented as hell. No, seriously, really think about it. Even just graduating from Cooper alone is no small feat. Every person here knows the sacrifices, the perseverance, and the sheer determination it's took to reach this moment. We have pulled all-nighters that have turned into all-weekers, pushed our creativity to its limits, and navigated through a maze of seemingly impossible questions, only to wake up and do it all over again. And still, we made it. So, that's my mom cheering. So this one's to all the first-generation graduates, students of color, queer students, and anyone else who's ever felt like the odds were stacked against them. This moment belongs to you. Every challenge you overcame, every moment of doubt you pushed through, and every time you refused to give up has led you here. Never let yourself forget that you've earned this. Each of us has built a place for ourselves in an institution that is more than just a school, a space of relentless creativity, problem solving, and collaboration. In classrooms, studios, and everywhere in between, we have debated fiercely, built fearlessly, and learned just as much from each other as we have from our prescribed curriculum. And I've really seen just how mind-blowing that collaboration can be. From students programming the 7-axis robot in the ACE lab to play the drums, exhibits that merge art and chemistry, to furniture made from mycelium, so many of us work on projects that defy the boundaries of our majors. Artists, engineers, and architects continuously reinventing the wheel together. And through the diversity of cultures, disciplines, and ideas that define our community, we have learned to see the world from new perspectives and step into realities far beyond our own. And all of that brings me to a question. What does it really mean to stand on the shoulders of giants? It's a phrase that many of us have heard before. Isaac Newton once wrote, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." And the idea is simple. Progress is not made in isolation. Every breakthrough, every discovery, every piece of art, every act of resistance, every step forward is built on the efforts of those who came before us. And these giants aren't just names in history books. There are professors who challenged us, classmates who supported us, the mentors who have guided us. There are the student activists and leaders who fought and continue to fight to keep Cooper a place of opportunity, access, and free thinking. They are the artists who have dared to redefine expression, the architects who have reimagined spaces, the engineers who prove that innovation starts with imagination. And for me, those giants are my parents. I think my mom's crying, so I can't look at her. I stand on the shoulders of the people who raised me. My mother, a hijabi, born in the Bronx and raised in Jersey, and my father, an immigrant born in India and raised in Saudi. Together, they raised a loud, brown, and proud Muslim woman in a post-9/11 America, which is... And it's a reality that's come with its own set of challenges. And yet, through their resilience, they taught me how to carve out a space for myself in a world that does not always expect me to belong. They showed me what it means to move forward, to build, and to dream, not just for myself, but for those who come next. And now, it's our turn. The world we are stepping into is still unpredictable. The challenges ahead, climate change, technological shifts, humanitarian injustices, will test us in ways we cannot yet imagine. But if there's anything we've learned in these past few years, it is that we are not defined by the uncertainty we inherit. We are defined by how we meet it. And if history has shown us anything, it is that we are more than capable, because we are, and always have been, unprecedented. We have adapted, we have innovated, and we have persevered. And now we have a responsibility to create, to build, and to inspire. Whether through art, architecture, or engineering, we are all, at our core, creators. We shape ideas into reality not in isolation, but together. The lines between our disciplines blur when driven by passion and purpose. What we build, whether with our hands, our minds, or our hearts, has the power to strengthen communities and leave a lasting legacy. It is not just about what we create, but about the impact we leave behind. It is now our turn to be the giants whose shoulders future generations will stand on. So, to my classmates, congratulations, and thank you for the late-night studio sessions, spontaneous debates, the unwavering support, and the friendships that have turned into family. You all have lifted me up in ways I will never forget. To those who've defied the odds and beat the expectations, this moment is yours. And to all of our friends, mentors, professors, lab techs, shop techs, office staff, security guards, buildings and ground staff, the lovely, lovely people in Frankie's, student affairs staff, and everyone else who holds our community up, thank you for standing by us, believing in us, and being the giants who made this journey possible. And lastly, to my family, whether we are related by blood or by love, I simply would not be who I am today without you all, and I definitely wouldn't be standing here. And as always, all praise is due to Allah, the best of all planners, whose wisdom carried me through every twist and turn when I could not see the road ahead. So, Cooper Union Class of 2025, I'll miss you all really dearly, and I'll always hold on to the memories from the beautiful mess that is our finals week traditions, projects that challenged my worldview, and certainly every moment spent on the foundation building bench, surrounded by the heart and soul of our community. Just as meaningful were the little moments in between, the passing conversations, the quiet gestures, the unspoken understanding that we were a part of something rare and unforgettable. These are the moments that truly shaped me, and these are the moments that made Cooper home. So, this isn't a goodbye, it's just a see you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Zarina. It is a long-standing tradition at the Cooper Union to honor distinguished alumni who have made important contributions to their respective professions and to society. The Presidential Citation recognizes creativity, achievement, and outstanding citizenship, and the recipients offer paragons of excellence for today's graduates as they embark on their own career paths. Student trustee Trey Brown will join me in presenting the Presidential Citations. This year's Presidential Citation in Architecture goes to Cover, a company founded by Jemuel Joseph and Alexis Rivas, both 2016 graduates of the Erwin S. Channon School of Architecture. Will Dean Haley Eber please come forward to accept on Jemuel and Alexis' behalf? For contributions to the field of architecture as the founders of Cover, a Los Angeles-based company that designs, permits, manufactures, and installs modern homes. Cover's mission is to make thoughtfully designed, precision-built homes accessible to more people. For making work that challenges the inefficiencies and high cost of conventional construction. And for supporting the mission of Cooper Union by hosting Cooper Together Los Angeles 2024, and for the honor they have brought to the Cooper Union. The Presidential Citation in Art is awarded to Felipe Baeza, the class of 2009. Will Felipe Baeza please come forward? For exceptional contributions to the field of art using painting, collage, and printmaking to investigate the notion of migration, fragmentation, and belonging as expressed in the human body. For making his art available to a wide audience through myriad museum collections as well as commissions for the John F. Kennedy Airport and the Public Art Fund. And for the honor he has brought to the Cooper Union. Thank you. The Presidential Citation in Engineering is awarded to Marty Sprinzen, a 1970 graduate in electrical engineering. For co-founding and leading Forte Software, which redefined customer engagement for the top 10,000 global companies until 2000 when it was acquired. For founding and leading Vantic, a company that has pioneered real-time intelligent systems, allowing organizations to swiftly deploy generative AI applications to solve the world's most pressing challenges and create a future that's safer, smarter, and more sustainable. And for the honor he has brought to the Cooper Union. The awarding of the honorary doctorate is the highest honor that can be bestowed by an institution of higher education. It signifies a lifetime of exceptional professional achievement and singles out individuals who embody the ethos, commitment to social responsibility, and creative spirit that reflects the institution's mission. This year, we're proud to award the honorary doctorate in humane letters to Shankar Vedantam. Shankar Vedantam. Shankar Vedantam is the host and executive editor of the Hidden Brain podcast and radio show. Launched 10 years ago, it is regularly listed as one of the top podcasts in the world, receiving millions of downloads each month, including from me. It is also heard on more than 400 public radio stations across the United States. Vedantam, who was NPR's social science correspondent from 2011 to 2020, spent 10 years as a reporter at The Washington Post. There, he wrote the Department of Human Behavior column from 2007 to 2009. Noted for his ability to explain complex scientific concepts and make them accessible for a general audience, he is the author of Hidden Brain: How Our Unconscious Minds Elect Presidents, Control Markets, Wage Wars, and Save Our Lives, and is the co-author of Useful Delusions: The Power and Paradox of the Self-Deceiving Brain, an exploration of self-deception's role in human success. Vedantam and Hidden Brain have been recognized with honors from myriad organizations, including the American Association for the Advancement of Science, the Society of Professional Journalists, the American Public Health Association, just to name a few. It is my honor to welcome him to the Great Hall stage. Will Shankar Vedantam and Chair of the Board of Trustees, Jamie Levitt, please come forward? Shankar Vedantam With the approval of the Board of Trustees, the Cooper Union for the Advancement of Science and Art, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I'm pleased and honored to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and admit you to all rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. We now invest you with the hood signifying this degree. Congratulations. Now, it is my honor to present our commencement speaker, Shankar Vedantam.
Thank you for that warm introduction. President Malcolm King, Chair of the Board of Trustees Jamie Levitt, distinguished faculty and staff, parents, families, friends, and most important, the Cooper Union graduating class of 2025. Thank you for inviting me to be your commencement speaker. I am honored to stand on a stage that has featured presidents, Supreme Court justices, writers, and scientists. This great hall has been a haven for ideas for more than 1.5 centuries. When I close my eyes, I can hear echoes of the voices of Abraham Lincoln, Thurgood Marshall, Carl Sandburg, Margaret Mead, and Barack Obama. When I first saw that list, I asked myself, what could I tell you today that would do justice to the ideas shared in this great hall? And what would do justice to this momentous day in your lives, the graduating class of 2025? Slowly, the outline of an idea took shape. It was an idea that made me uncomfortable. To be honest, I'm worried about sharing it with you today. But then I realized the Cooper Union Great Hall is exactly the place to grapple with uncomfortable ideas. Today is a day of pride for all you graduates. You are making an important transition, not just from college into what is ruefully called the real world. You are going from a universe with rules to one without rules. In college, your teachers give you assignments to turn in. Administrators tell you what you had to do to graduate. In school, other people draw the chalk marks, the lines of the court on which you play. They decide the rules. Now, having other people make rules and set goals for you can be frustrating when you are 20 or 21. But you will see, as you move into the real world, that the alternative can be even less pleasant. In the years to come, you will set your own goals, create your own rules. You will decide what kind of life to live. No destinies are preordained for you. Your problem now is not just to reach a goal, but to determine what your goals should be. This is not easy. If you don't know where you want to go, how will you get there? 20 years from now, no one will stand before you like I am standing today and tell you that you have reached your goals. In the courtroom of your life, you will be the judge, you will be the jury, you will also be the defendant. I want to share an exercise with you that can help you figure out what to do with your life. This is where things get uncomfortable. I want to talk to you about death. Specifically, your death. Some of you are shifting in your seats. I hear some nervous laughter. Perhaps you're thinking, is he allowed to talk about death at a commencement ceremony? Isn't he supposed to be telling us something about fish who don't know they're in water? I don't mean to be mean-spirited on a day of celebration. In fact, I'm going to jump ahead and give you the headline of my advice to you today. Thinking about your death can answer many questions about how you should live your life. Let me explain. What would you do if you knew that today was the last day of your life? Give it a second. Actually think about it. How would you spend your time? Would you declare your love to that cute guy or girl you've had your eye on all through college? Tell someone you dislike exactly what you think of them? Would you sit here listening to me? Let's make the thought experiment more interesting. What if you had only a year to live? This is the last year of your life. How would you spend it? What would you do? What would you not do? In the great Indian epic, the Mahabharata, a wise man is posed a series of difficult philosophical questions. If he gets the questions right, he will save the lives of his brothers. One of the questions is, what is the strangest thing in the world? And the wise man says, the strangest thing is that every day we all see people dying. We know that one day we will die too. Yet, in our heart of hearts, no one believes that day is today. You may have noticed that as you thought about your last day or your last year, different thoughts arose in your mind. This is the value of the exercise. When you realize your life is finite, you start to prioritize. You see what matters. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, Henry David Thoreau once wrote, to see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I'm not suggesting that you should spend hours worrying about death. That is neither helpful nor healthy. But briefly contemplating our mortality can wake us up. It can help us live deliberately. Whom would you hug if this was your last day on earth? Whom would you apologize to? Whom would you want to see one last time? If you really thought this was your last day alive, would you waste your time being angry with your parents or friends over some real or imagined slight? Would you spend your remaining hours hating people who don't share your views about politics? Would you squander precious minutes worrying what other people think of you? Can you see how our unwillingness to contemplate death is actually a drug? It's the voice inside you that says, don't worry, you have an endless number of tomorrows. It doesn't matter if you waste one day or 10 or 10,000. We all get a brief moment on this planet. We don't choose when we are born. We don't decide whether we are one of the earliest humans walking the African continent, or if we are born in the age of the pharaohs on the banks of the Nile, or live in the age of AI and flying cars. What we do know is that our time is brief. It's possible one reason these thoughts have been going through my mind is that a few months ago, my mother passed away. She was nearly 93 and lived a full and successful life. But as I sat by her side as she was drifting away, I realized that 93 years can pass by like that. In the 100,000 or 200,000 years that humans have lived on the planet, in the 4 billion years that life has existed on Earth, in the 13 billion years since the Big Bang, we are all around for insignificant amounts of time. Yes, that is a painful realization. But the only response to that is to ask how you can make the days that you do have matter. Now, it's possible that at first, thinking about death might turn us toward casual pleasures. If today was the last day of your life, you could light up your cigars, you could drink yourself senseless. Why worry about your health when you know you'll die tomorrow? But if we stay with the question a moment longer, if we sit with the discomfort of the question, I believe many of us would not choose superficial pleasures. People who actually know they are dying do not spend their time on trivial things. I believe your thoughts would turn to the people in your life who matter, to work that gives you joy, to ways that you can make a difference. Your education here at Cooper was not just about knowledge. It was a bet on you to build, imagine, and serve. Our lives may be finite, but as the great scientist Jonas Salk once said, we can all ask how we can be good ancestors. You might decide to plant some trees. You might speak up about something that has bothered you for a long time. You might make one last donation to your alma mater. President King, that was product placement for you. You're welcome. I am certain you would not choose to spend the last hours of your life around mean, unpleasant, or unethical people. You would not devote your final months to doing something you hated because you thought it would buy you the chance to do something you loved later on. You would not spend your last hours being afraid of saying the wrong thing, or revealing your heart, or just being yourself. In the last scene between death and ourselves, there is no more pretending, said the French writer Michel de Montaigne. No more pretending. This is the lesson of the story. You are not dying today or tomorrow or next week, but you should live your life with the intensity and clarity you would have if you were going to die soon. Are there things for which you need to make amends? Don't wait. Do it today. Are there dreams that thrill you and frighten you? Pursue them now. Are there people you admire or love? Don't keep your feelings to yourself. Tell them. Of course, since you are all smart graduates, you will see the flaw in my argument. If you knew you were to die next week, would you spend time learning calculus? Or a new language? Would you attempt to create a work of art that could take months to finish? There are many important things that cannot be done in a day or a week or a year. Mahatma Gandhi offers this useful revision to our exercise. He said, live as if you were going to die tomorrow, but learn as if you were going to live forever. These exercises are really about the power of perspective. Our minds cannot think outside the frames we construct, the reference points we have. Living with urgency requires us to imagine very short time frames. Living with purpose requires us to imagine very long time frames. What I love about these exercises is that they are not prescriptive about the answers. They don't tell you what you should do with your life, but they do tell you how you can make the next hour count, make the next day matter, how you can be alive to all that is happening around you. When you do this, magical things will start to happen. Your heart will show you what you really care about. Doors will open to you. You'll attract people into your life who will help you. There is nothing more attractive, more sexy, than someone with an inner fire. Best of all, you will discover what you need to stop doing. The opinions of other people, the din of the outside world will start to fade. You will begin to hear that quiet inner voice, the one that has been trying to talk to you for a long, long time. It won't be easy. You'll get things wrong. But here's the thing. Most people are so worried about being wrong or embarrassed or hated that they are not living. They're just dying slowly. To the graduating class, I promise you this. If you take a moment, once a week or once a month, and ask yourself what you would do if this was the last year of your life, you would be less afraid to say and do the right thing. You will see how much wonder there is in ordinary things. An hour spent with friends, if you thought it was the last time you'll see them, will be intense. A quiet afternoon immersed in meaningful work will feel like a vocation. What I am trying to tell you is to trust yourself. You are stronger than your fears. You are braver than your doubts. You are wiser than you realize. Try to build something that outlives you. Love someone like it's your last chance. Live each hour like it really matters. Congratulations on this important day.
Thank you, Shankar. I know that was for the graduates, but I should have been taking notes. I think all of us can learn something from that. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, the conferring of degrees on those who've completed the requirements in their disciplines. Dean Barry Shoup of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering will present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in engineering.
Will the candidates please rise? President King, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the baccalaureate degree in engineering and the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed all requirements within the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the Bachelor of Engineering degree or the Bachelor of Science degree, and gladly admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Associate Dean Ruben Savitsky will now call graduates to the stage, beginning with chemical engineering. Oh, you move your tassels now from right to left.
Will Trustee Jamie Levette please come forward to greet these candidates, and will Associate Dean Savitsky call the graduates to the stage.
All right, hello. Congratulations to everybody. So we're going to start with the chemical engineering graduates. All right, we're mixing it up this year, that's fine. All right. Okay, so can you hear me okay? Good, all right. Recipient of the Student Affairs Service to the School Award, Zarina Aisha Al-Shahab. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Louis Gleek Memorial Prize and the Marshall Rafal Prize in Thermodynamics, James Louis Aravena. Recipient of a minor in HSS, Economics and Public Policy, Matthew Evan Chang. Joseph Adan Chico. Seila Chow. Cum laude graduate and also recipient of a minor degree in bioengineering, Ryan Chowdhury. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Howard M. Siegel Memorial Prize, the Marshall Rafal Prize in Thermodynamics, the Best Overall Chemical Engineering Senior Project, as well as a minor in chemistry, Christopher Gee. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the New York American Chemical Society Excellence in Chemistry Award, and two minors, one in mathematics and one in chemistry, Ubaidullah Syed Hassan. Recipient of the Harold Keel Fund Prize, Stanley Hong. Magna cum laude graduate and recipient of the American Institute of Chemists Student Award, Calvin Shui Weng Hong. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Harold S. Goldberg Prize, the Robert Spice Fund Prize, as well as a bachelor's and master's degree in engineering, Andrew Kim. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Henry D. Dickinson Award, the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, and the Elmer J. Baden Chemistry Award, Julian Lamb. Receiving a minors in bioengineering, Jung-Un Lee. Cum laude graduate, receiving a minors in bioengineering as well as chemistry, Jeremy Daniel Lugo. Magna cum laude graduate, recipient of the Best Overall Chemical Engineering Senior Project Award and a minors in chemistry, Renee Ma. Cum laude graduate and also recipient of two minors, one in chemistry, one in bioengineering, Anthony J. Napolitano. Cum laude graduate and recipient of a minors degree in bioengineering, Neha Dhananjay Niskaude. Getting a minor in computer science, Jacob Michael Reich. Receiving a minor in bioengineering, Rowan Mira Sadlier. Recipient of a minors in degree in bioengineering as well as in chemistry, Evelyn Schwartzman. Surinder Paul Singh. Recipient of the Best Overall Chemical Engineering Senior Project, Sivan Ayla Spiel. Cum laude graduate and receiving a minor in bioengineering, Tausif Tamim. Magna cum laude graduate, Justin Tung. Arsha Yutairungsi. Cum laude graduate and a minor in bioengineering, Julius Yo. We're going to move on to civil engineering. We will now present the civil engineering graduates. Okay, we're going to start out with Best Overall Civil Engineering Senior Project, Oliver Luis Alejos. Faith Nyatichi Atuti. Hangtao Chen. Nicholas Chin. Kevin H. Cho. Nicholas Tchaikovsky. Cum laude graduate and recipient of the Best Overall Civil Engineering Senior Project, George Gatanas. Jubaid Hossein. Srivarshini Karthikeyan. Rachel Kong. Christina Kundu. Chan Bin Lee. Cum laude graduate, Abby Lee. Recipient of the Raymond G. Brown Memorial Prize, as well as a minor in HSS, Economics and Public Policy, Isabel Catherine Ma. Magna cum laude graduate, Elizabeth Monastero. Sama Osmani. Cum laude graduate, Shweta Taruna Pandit. Cum laude graduate, Claire Sangha Park. Philip Ramirez. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, Muhammad Rashid. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Joseph Kalb Fund Prize, Sharon Sitt. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Best Overall Civil Engineering Senior Project, George Zathopoulos. Cum laude graduate, Julia Toscano. Cum laude graduate and recipient of the Best Overall Civil Engineering Senior Project, Jackson McHenry Wilds. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Henry D. Dickinson Award, Zachary Wong. Okay, so here we have recipients of the Maxwell Linzer Prize, the Best Overall Civil Engineering Senior Project, magna cum laude for his bachelor's degree in civil engineering, and summa cum laude for his master's degree, also in civil engineering, Matvey Tsachek. All right, I'm going to stay here and have my defensive line sort of cover for me. So we're now going to do electrical engineering. All right, recipient of the Harold Irwin Rue Prize, Effie Bluestone. Amelia Huangpin Chan. Receiving a minor in computer science, Lei Chi. Gabriel Nicholas Choron. Cum laude graduate and receiving a minor in computer science, Richard Ethan Chung. Cum laude graduate and receiving a minor in computer science, Ricky Tsui. Recipient of the Harry W. Reddick Award, the Jesse Sherman Book Award, summa cum laude graduate for the bachelor's in electrical engineering and magna cum laude graduate for the master's degree in electrical engineering, Eric Eng. Alexander Faust. Ari Gebhardt. Recipient of the Best Overall Electrical Engineering Senior Project, Kelia Yuryaj. Cum laude graduate, Ridwan Syed Hussain. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Jesse Sherman Book Award, Larina Ilkan. Cum laude graduate, Andy Jaku. Tae-Yu Kim. Magna cum laude graduate, recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, as well as a minor in computer science, Justin Ko. Magna cum laude graduate, recipient of the Eugene Oger Memorial Award, the School of Engineering Service to the School Award, and a minor in computer science, Jacob Koshe. Iluana Lameka. Yichi Liu. Receiving a minor in computer science, Yushan Luo. Recipient of the Dean Stephen Baker Commencement Prize, a minor in computer science, a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering with a cum laude distinction, and also a master's in engineering with a cum laude distinction, Lizelle Okfemia. Zephaniah Christopher C. Odidika. Magna cum laude graduate with a minor in mathematics and dual degree, bachelor's and master's both in electrical engineering, Se-Yun Park. Summa cum laude graduate, Logan Poe. Cum laude graduate, Uzra Rungwala. Isaiah Rivera. Recipient of the Best Overall Electrical Engineering Senior Project, Alyssa Sames. Earning a minor in computer science, Arav Sharma. Nicholas Torniolo. Diego Toribio. Cum laude graduate and recipient of the Best Overall Electrical Engineering Senior Project, Ani Vardanyan. J. Tillman Williams. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Henry D. Dickinson Award, the Abraham Pletman Memorial Fund Prize, as well as the Best Interdisciplinary Capstone Project Prize, and a minor in computer science, Jeffrey Wong. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Dale E. Zand Prize, Derek Yu. Okay. We're now going to present the mechanical engineering graduates. And will Anna Brooke please come forward to greet these graduates? Yeah. I don't make the rules, folks. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Nicholas M. Stefano Prize with a minor in computer science, Joshua Asheville. Gautaman Asirwatham. Earning a minor in bioengineering, Angelica Babarova. Abigail Grace Berg. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize and the Mechanical Engineering Design Prize, Syra Bila. Cum laude graduate, Justice Candelario. Sorry, I'm back. Isabella Flynn. Receiving a minor in bioengineering, Akil Foster. Receiving a minor in computer science, Francisco Guzman. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the William G. Hunt Class of 1905 Fund Prize and the Nicholas M. Stefano Prize, Mizanil Hoke. Cum laude graduate, as well as recipient of the Mechanical Engineering Design Prize and a minor in computer science, Tahsin Jahan. Azam Khan. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Wallace Chinitz Prize, as well as the Best Interdisciplinary Capstone Project Prize and a minor in computer science, Shreyas Aditya Krishnan. Alexander Landines. Magna cum laude graduate with a minor in bioengineering, Unso Lee. Receiving the Mechanical Engineering Design Prize, Jade Lombardo. Ariane Mahipal. Andrea Celeste Mejia. Anika Mitra. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Mechanical Engineering Design Prize and a minor in Computer Science, Sonam Okuda. Recipient of the Best Interdisciplinary Capstone Project Prize, as well as a minor in Bioengineering, Jude Pizzone. Recipient of the Best Interdisciplinary Capstone Project Prize, as well as a minor in HSS Economics and Public Policy, Amelia Rupnarin. Recipient of the Harold Irwin Rue Prize, Aaron Isabel Rothschild. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Alexander C. Grove Memorial Prize, as well as the Nicholas M. Stefano Prize, Ayman Saisi. Recipient of the Best Interdisciplinary Capstone Project Prize, Leo Thomas. Receiving a minor in HSS, Economics and Public Policy, Alec Turkman. Okay, we're going to wrap up the bachelor's degrees now with the Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Will those folks please stand up and come forward? So receiving the Bachelor of Science degree as well as a Master of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering with a cum laude distinction, Abdullah Ali. Receiving a minor in Computer Science, Brian Chung. Earning 2 minors, one in HSS, Economics and Public Policy, and the second in Bioengineering, John Paul Ciafone. Also receiving 2 minors in HSS, Economics and Public Policy, and Bioengineering, Era Dagani. Grace E. Receiving a minor in Computer Science, Malik Haddad. Earning a minor in Computer Science, Lorraine Zheng. Earning a minor in Bioengineering, George Krasinski. Earning a minor in Bioengineering, Janina Lee. Camille Rothenberg.
We will now present the Master of Engineering graduates. Will the candidates for the Master of Engineering degree please rise? President King, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the Master of Engineering degree who have completed all requirements for the degree within the Maurice Canbar Institute of Graduate Studies of the Albert Nerken School of Engineering.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Albert Nerken School of Engineering, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the Master of Engineering degree, and gladly admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Okay, so we're going to start out with the master's degrees in chemical engineering. So the first person up is summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Bioengineering Graduate Research Fellowship, Angela Huang. You've seen him before, you'll see him again. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of 2 degrees in chemical engineering, bachelor's and master's, Andrew Kim. Summa cum laude graduate, Wesley Wong. Okay, we're now going to have the Masters of Engineering students in civil engineering. Summa cum laude graduate, Rachel Sue Eng. Magna cum laude graduate, Sam Wei-Hei Hui. Summa cum laude graduate, Gila Khalili. Summa cum laude graduate, Jacob Krebs. Summa cum laude graduate, David Otto Madrigal. Summa cum laude graduate, as well as a recipient of the Elizabeth and Robert Hammond Engineering Fund Fellowship, Jenna Manfredi. Summa cum laude graduate, Fariha Tabassum. Summa cum laude graduate, Crystal Wu. Summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Elizabeth and Robert Hammond Engineering Fund Fellowship, Kai George Yurchuk. Recipient of the Maxwell Linster Prize, the Best of Engineering Civil Engineering Senior Project, summa cum laude graduate in, magna cum laude graduate for the bachelor's degree and summa cum laude for the master's degree, Matvey Sachek. Okay, we're going to now present the Master's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering. Starting out with a dual degree, Bachelor of Science degree and a Master's degree in Engineering, earning the cum laude distinction, Abdullah Ali. Receiving the Harry W. Reddick Award, the Jesse Sherman Book Award, summa cum laude graduate for the bachelor's degree and magna cum laude award for the master's degree, Eric Eng. Summa cum laude graduate, Hanoch Goldfarb. Summa cum laude graduate, Gary Kim. Receiving the Dean Stephen Baker Commencement Prize, as well as the minor in Computer Science, cum laude graduate for both bachelor's and master's degrees in electrical engineering, Lizelle Okfemia. One more dual degree, magna cum laude graduate and recipient of the Jesse Sherman Book Award, Se-Yeon Park. Okay, we're now up to mechanical engineering for master's degrees. Magna cum laude graduate, Nicholas Arsenlis. Summa cum laude graduate, Kyle Dialal. Summa cum laude graduate, Scott Lorsirup. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Bioengineering Graduate Research Fellowship, as well as a Mary Saxon Graduate Research Fellowship, Jacob Lurvey. Summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Bioengineering Graduate Research Fellowship and the Murray Saxon Graduate Research Fellowship, Nathan Elliott Wolf Sonkin. I'm out of names.
Acting Dean Haley Eber of the Irwin S. Channon School of Architecture will now present the candidates for Bachelor of Architecture.
Will the candidates please rise? President King, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the bachelor's degree in architecture who have completed all requirements for the degree within the Irwin S. Channon School of Architecture.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Irwin S. Channon School of Architecture, with approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the degree of Bachelor of Architecture, and gladly admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Move your tassels. You can move your tassels right to left.
Will Acting Assistant Dean Mercia Valadar please come forward to call the names of the graduates to the stage?
Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award, IDC Foundation Innovation Fellowship, and the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, Leslie Feruz, Ingrid Abad Niago. Jacob Martin Albanese. Recipient of the T. Allen N. Goldfisher Memorial Award, the Bill Mogridge Award, with a minor in HSS, History and Society, Natalia Bumater. Recipient of the T. Adam T. Foley Prize in Greco-Roman Antiquity and its reception, Sue Ferguson Gassau Scholarship, with a minor in HSS in Art History, Alexandra Heidi Rosemary Casasco Lucarelli. Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award, the Alumni Affairs and Development Service to the School Award, Brooklyn AIS Scholarship, Metzli Castro Asmussen. Tina Chang. Recipient of the T. Abraham E. Kazan Award, Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, Evan Chong. Recipient of the T. Irma Justina Weiss Prize, Lee J. Principa Memorial Scholarship, Joseph Gabriel Hedaya. Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award, Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, and Arthur Thompson Thesis Fellowship, Gabriel Riley Howard. Daniel Zhang. Tae Kim. Recipient of the T. Allen Goldfisher Memorial Award, Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, the 2024 Cooper Union Grant Program, Arthur Lee. Recipient of the American Institute of Architects Medal, KPF Traveling Fellowship, Arthur Thompson Thesis Fellowship, Eleanor Allwork Scholarship, one more, 2023 Cooper Union Grant Program, Tate Liang. Inyo Liu. Recipient of the Alpha Rho Chi Medal, Jasper Abraham Mikkel. Recipient of the Peter Brunder Memorial Fund Annual Prize, IDC Foundation Innovation Fellowship, William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, Arthur Thompson Postgraduation Fellowship, Common Bond Scholarship, and 2023 Cooper Union Grant Program, Sofia Isabel Aguila Mercado. Recipient of the T. Irma Justina Weiss Prize, William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, Cassidy Blue Miller. With a minor in HSS in Art History, Sydney Mia Adriana Mina. Recipient of the George Ledley Fund Annual Prize, Arthur Thompson Thesis Fellowship, 2023 Cooper Union Grant Program, Patrick Joseph Reardon. Angela Grace Simoniello. Laura Song. Recipient of the T. Irma Justina Weiss Prize, William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, CFA Design Scholarship, and the 2023 Cooper Union Grant Program, Jasper Starr Townsend. Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award, the School of Architecture Service to the School Award, with a minor in HSS in Literature, Julian Yang. Recipient of the George Ledley Fund Annual Prize, the Diane Lewis Memorial Architecture Travel Fellowship with a minor in HSS, Economics and Public Policy, Zara Zulfigar.
Will the candidates for the Master in Science of Architecture degree please rise? President King, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the Master of Science in Architecture degree who have completed all requirements for the degree in the Owen S. Channon School of Architecture.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Erwin S. Channon School of Architecture, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by the virtue of authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the degree of Master of Science in Architecture, and gladly admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Fayyad bin Mohammed Fadzil. Kaya Ding. Chia Ching Hugh. Ralph Karam.
Dean Adriana Farmiga of the School of Art will present the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Will the candidates please rise? President King, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree who have completed all their respective requirements within the School of Art.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Art, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts, and gladly admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Will Trustee Avery Singer please come forward to greet these graduates, and will Professor Yuri Masny call graduates to the stage?
Recipient of the Snarchitecture Commencement Prize, Shamadi Alarkan. Aliyah Murati Ardianto. Zaid Arshad. Who is the recipient of the Eleanor Gay Lee Gallery Foundation Scholar Award, Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, and the Vincent J. Milkarek Junior Memorial Prize. Janelle Justina Austin. Recipient of a minor in HSS History and Theory of Art, Henry Bao. Maya Benedetti. Recipient of the Elizabeth Foundation for the Arts Robert Blackburn Printmaking Award and the Rothenberg Fellowship, Sakai Berry. Ella Archer Borte. Recipient of the Karen Tendler Lurkis Prize, Atia Brockington. Recipient of the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize, the Dory Ashton Prize in Art History, Theory, and Criticism, Hazel Brubaker. Recipient of the Sarah Cooper Hewitt Fund Prize, Alyssa Gabrielle Royes Burke. Recipient of the Rhoda Lubalin Fellowship, Ben Smirnow Butler. Gavin Edward Kennedy. Recipient of the Laura Miller Margolis Memorial Prize, Sylvia Appleman Award, Yale Norfolk Summer Residency, Carlos Jamie Chavaria Jr. Recipient of the Eleanor Gay Lee Gallery Foundation Scholar Award, Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, and a minor in HSS History and Society, Dylan Clark. Recipient of the Robert Breer Film Award, Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, and a minor in HSS History and Theory of Art, Jinshi Ginger Fen. Recipient of the Richard Lewis Block Memorial Prize, Liv Forsey Rodriguez. Recipient of the Henry Dropkin Award Fund Prize, the Essay Award for Second Year Core Curriculum, the minor in HSS Interdisciplinary Studies, Elwing Gao. Recipient of the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize, Adem Jeanbalai. Recipient of the School of Art Service to the School Award, Jaden Serene Hammond. Recipient of a minor in HSS History and Society, Taylor Ann Haynes. Recipient of the Helen Dubroff Dorfman Travel Fellowship and a minor in HSS Interdisciplinary Study, Eva Chen Yao He. Kayla Ann Hodge. Garrett Ingman. Recipient of the Pietro and Alfreda Montana Prize, Rolf Harum Paint Award, Nair Johnson Trujillo. Recipient of the Irma Gustino Weiss Study Abroad Endowment Fund, the Dory Ashton Prize in Art History, Theory, and Criticism, Tobias Kazanstev. Recipient of the Dean's Award for Innovation in Time-Based Media and a minor in HSS History and Theory of Art, Julia Kim. Emily Kulik. Recipient of the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize, Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, Chiora Laura Leopardi. Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award with a minor in HSS History and Theory of Art, Camille Sarah Levy. Frui Macris. Recipient of the Dean Award for Innovation in Time-Based Media, Charlene Mao. Recipient of the Medici Award, Anouk Martine Gachot. Recipient of the Rhoda Lubalin Fellowship, Joel Martinez. Recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize, Ava Alessandra Marzulli. Recipient of the Ethel Cram Memorial Prize, Vincent J. Mielkarek Jr. Memorial Prize, and a minor in HSS History and Theory of Art, Ellis S. McReith. Annalisa McFarlane. Recipient of the Pietro and Alfreda Montana Prize, the Karen Tendler Lurkis Prize, and a minor in HSS History and Theory of Art, Tess Hannah McGuire. Recipient of the Betty Goldwyn Memorial Fund Book Prize, the O'Brien Fellowship for Study Abroad, Oscar Herring Mooney. Conrad Moore. Lily Wren. Sarah O'Brien. Recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize, Skylar Onsrud. Emily Arona. Recipient of the Sarah Cooper Hewitt Fund Prize with a minor in HSS in Economics and Public Policy, Jinsi Pan. Recipient of the Irma Gustino Weiss Study Abroad Endowment Fund with a minor in HSS Literature and Philosophy, Regev Haim Pardo. Laura Planas. Recipient of the Medici Book Award, Isabella Quevedo. Scarlett Quinones. Recipient of the Jacques and Natasha Gelman Foundation Prize, Fred A. Lane Prize, James Craig and Irene Scala Designing with Type Award, Anissa Razak. Gianfranco Reyes. Pili Teresa Pilar Rogue. Chelsea Yasmin San Martin Pauta. Recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize, Malia Siva. Recipient of the Medici Award and a minor in HSS Literature and Philosophy, Eli Kenji Stefan Maza. Christina Suh. Recipient of the Vina Tompkins Carroll Award, the Helen Dubroff Dorfman Travel Fellowship, Anahita Sukhija. Recipient of a minor in HSS History and Society, Wyatt Thompson. Nathaniel Campbell Townsend. Recipient of the A.A. Lowe Fund Prize, the Irma Gustino Weiss Study Abroad Endowment Fund, Cinco Walter Hawkins. Alex Leah Wedderburn.
Let's give all the graduates one final round of applause, please. I would now like to welcome the president of the Cooper Union Alumni Association, Ron Vogel, to the stage, or to the lectern.
Hi, my name is Ron Vogel. I'm the current president of the CUAA, the Cooper Union Alumni Association. I'm basically the only thing standing in the way of lunch or drinks, so I'll keep this short. First of all, I want to congratulate you all on this achievement. I did this 20 years ago, But I was doing the math as a good engineer and realized that most of you guys, I think all of you, started this journey in the midst of a global pandemic. You were either in high school, migrating over to Cooper Union. That's amazing. I don't know if I could have done that. That resiliency will serve you the rest of your life in whatever you do. So what are we? The Cooper Union Alumni Association is an all-volunteer group of alumni who give their time and talents in support of the Cooper Union. You're all members, you're alumni now. Obviously, you can stay connected with friends, but we're also a resource where you'll meet generations of alumni who can help mentor and grow your career, many of whom are on stage or in the audience. I know you guys are going to be busy in the coming years, so I hope maybe tomorrow, maybe in a year, you think of lending us your voice and your talent. Your perspective will help shape the organization and shape the school in turn. So with that, I wish you all the best. Please consider joining at some point, stay involved. And to paraphrase our earlier speaker, live like you're dying. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ron. Before we conclude the 165th commencement exercises, I'd like to invite you to a reception. Engineering students and their guests are invited to the Civic Project Lab and the lobby of 41 Cooper Square. Art and architecture students and their guests are invited to the second floor of the Foundation building. I also hope you'll attend this year's end-of-year show to see the incredible student work throughout this building and also in 41 Cooper Square. Thank you all for being here with us today. I ask that the audience please remain seated until the recessional has concluded. Platform party and graduates, please rise.